Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the automation station here with the PeakBot team. Happy Friday. Full one there. I don't know if we've ever let it go.
You let that go.
Let it go the whole time. Mostly because
you did it on yourself, right? That wasn't.
Yeah. No, okay. That was me. That wasn't Thomas hacking from the background or anything like that. Fully me. I'm buying myself some time. I'm getting some messages out so we can get more people joining the show here today. But it is a happy Friday. Thank you to everybody who's joining. We've got a lot to go over here today. A recurring theme that we've kind of started here is always changing the format of the show. So I guess it's the constant is the change. But we're going to do that a little bit here today. We're going to get right to what you want to know. And that's what's hot, what's not, and what's working and why. So not only will we go over our own trades here, but we'll also go over the results for the strategies at large, as well as any questions that you guys want to have answered along the way. Ben, I just sent you a video of something I think we may want to tease on this show, and that's a video posted by one of our new partners, Trendy John, over at Simpler Trading, who's in Italy right now, enjoying his vacation, but also showing people how simple it is to set up his bot. So yeah. I think we got to talk about that here as well. Let's not limit ourselves to PeakBot. Let's talk about the partners as well. What do you say?
Definitely. Where'd you send that video?
I just texted it to you, I think, but okay. He posted it. It's tagged on our X account. Right, we'll get that pulled up.
I can get that pulled up. For now, do we want to start with taking a look at my live account?
Please, let's. Cool. What do you got going on here?
We've got some trades on right now. This first SPX trade down here, this is the trendy fly. So let me just quickly see if I can get the trendy video pulled up. And Dylan, you're gonna have to tell me if we got audio on this.
How about, you want me to do it?
What we're doing today, and
you have audio?
There's another video. Get out of it. There's another one. This one's a little long. We love John. Here's what I was talking about. Actually, you don't want to miss that. You can pause it right there, and we can just keep that on camera all day.
All right, so that is one of our partners, John McKeever of Simpler Trading. We are building a bot with him. We're building two bots with him. This one is that he's talking about is in testing, and he's letting it just trade for him while he's traveling in Italy with his wife right now.
I'm taking over, Ben. Let me get on camera here quickly.
Take over.
All right. So, you know what? I stink. Let me try again. I gotta get it so we can get the audio. Okay. Maybe not. Yeah.
Share the tab. You have to share the tab.
Share the system audio. Tell me if you can hear this. Hold on. We'll get it up on screen. I'm sucking right now.
Full screen, Dylan. No, click the full screen. Yeah, there you go.
All right. So this is him showing how easy it is to place his trades automatically while on what I would assume to be a train somewhere in Italy. As you can see here, setting up his trim levels. It's an iron fly strategy. Simply getting it clicked while he's over on vacation here, setting his budget, hit an update, and that's it. He's done, and he can go enjoy whatever Italian pleasure he's enjoying that day. So it is that simple. He's been awesome on Twitter, getting us updates of him on his trip and starting to hype up the bot. So we just wanted to show it. That's all.
Yeah, John's a lot of fun to work with, and his bot is going to be awesome. I've been trading, and that's actually the first trade here. It's this iron fly trade that we put on this morning. Now, it got canceled because it never got filled, and sometimes it won't get filled if price doesn't come to us. We're not going to go chasing with this bot. We're going to let price come to us. So with this strategy, essentially what we do is right at the open. John has a specific indicator that he's been using for a decade now at this point. And he likes using that to define different levels, and depending what those levels are, we'll either skew the iron fly bullish or bearish. Today was a bullish skew. and our minimum credit is $17 on a $25 white strike. So that's about an $8 risk overall. There is a stop loss. There's a $2 trailing stop that is baked into the strategy, and the strategy is awesome. It's been winning a ton on the first couple of trims. So there are multiple multiple take profit levels on this iron fly. The first take profit level is at $50. So really just a scalp. And honestly, that one usually hits within the first 2 minutes. That one's really fun. The second trim is at $100. That takes a little bit longer. Sometimes it is just as fast as the $50 trim. Then we get into the third trim, which is $150 profit. That takes a little longer. And then we move into the big trims, which are $300 and $500. Those will take, usually depending on price movement, those will take at least a half hour, but usually doesn't take profit until later on in the afternoon, if it makes it that far, right? Because there's also that $2 trailing stop that's baked in. So if we get in at 17, price moves down to 15. Well, we didn't trim our $300 and $500 profits. Our stop loss is now going to be at 17 for break even. So there are some cases where that does happen. But overall, let me see if I've got. Yeah, I stopped recording last week because we started to make some changes, but so we hit 2 losses because we did make some changes, and then I stopped recording. But in this time, because I haven't been trading it as it had been before until like 2 days ago, I made it over $1,100 in just what is this? It's about 11 trading days, because this one day there was no trade. 11 trading days, $1,100, $100 a day on average, it looks like. So really fun strategy. I love, and I do the first 2 trims. I'll do the $50 trim and the $100 trim, because I like to be in and out, fast trades, bot handles, all of that movement. It's definitely really sophisticated. So that's the first trade I've got going on. I promise I won't be as long-winded with the other trades. The IWM covered call you see here, this is the Ben bot. So this is the position that I'm monitoring today. We got in at 9:33, and we bought our 100 shares. We sold our covered call at
224, right? Is that what it is?
Strike. Yep. IWM is currently trading around 223, so we're about $1 off. If we see a nice spike in the afternoon, might look to make some adjustments, see if we could take some profit off the table. But ideally, we see IWM bump up over 224 by the end of the day today, so that way we get full profit.
And I've got that charted out. So after you go through your trades, we'll go and break down each strategy, what's hot, what's not. So go ahead. Sorry. Okay,
awesome. And then this SPX trade, this is PeakBot's Shorebo strategy, short or strategy Shorebo. We got a $90 credit, 90-cent credit and sold the 63.65 strike earlier this morning. I believe that happened at 10:30. It was 10:30. Not the highest credit, but I do like this strategy. It focuses on early direction based off of opening range breakouts, and we're just selling a spread really close to the money because we want to collect more of a premium, and then we're just counting on that momentum of the early morning to carry on throughout the day and continue to push SPX in either direction. Today we are bullish on SPX, so we are rooting for SPX to close above 63.65. And finally, this is my max trade. I did wind up canceling this after I didn't fill for a couple of minutes. I just didn't want the extra exposure in my account for the rest of the day. But if you did hold on and you did get filled, you got filled at the 63.40 strike for about 15 cents. That's what I've got going on today, Dylan. What do you have going on?
Awesome. I'm actually just charting out some of these trades that you're talking about in a second. I believe in my account, all I have right now is Shorebo. No King Condor trade today. Criteria not met, or are we going to see an entry this afternoon?
I believe we should see an entry this afternoon.
Okay, gotcha. So there was nothing yesterday into today, might I say. So no trade entered yesterday, nothing expired today, but at 3:15 p.m. today, we could see a King Condor strategy. Here's my account. I'll just flash it up on the screen quickly. Again, identical trade. That's the nice thing about these new next-gen strategies like King Condor, PeakBot, and Shorbo. Here's my Shorbo trade. 90 cents. All right. 6365 is my sold put. That's the number we're trying to stay above, as Ben just mentioned earlier. So I am actually going to be combining two of my Tradier accounts into one so I can start trading the PeakBot. Transparently needing to do that, got to get in and build the portfolio from there. So that is Shorbo. I wanted to show everybody what these strategies have been doing from a results standpoint. PeakBot and Shorbo have been having great July. King Condor, not so much. I know some of you are watching this saying, are they going to talk about King Condor's drawdown in July? Yeah, we are. All right. And we're going to tell you why, and we're going to tell you what we're doing about it. So let's quickly look at PeakBot. All right. So for those of you, I still have this banner up on the screen about Trendy's bot. You should email us, experience@peakbot.com, to get signed up for Trendy Fly Beta. Anyway. All right. So here is July for PeakBot, up almost 1%. Okay. Over $200 on the 25K set aside there. All right. We are in the trade today, as Ben mentioned. However, IWM's price is moving against us. We're looking at 1 minute bars here. Okay. So this is the open, my purple line here. And at the end of this 932 bar, the close of this is where we entered. I would assume, Ben, that you bought shares somewhere around 223.49, if not exactly there. Which means, as Ben mentioned earlier, we're selling a call $1 out of the money. All right. So regardless of where we finished in that 223 range and some change, we're going to grab the next strike available with a call out of the money at 224. So although selling a call, technically you can say, is a bearish trade, when we're owning 100 shares of IWM, we want to get above this price and stay above this price. So here we are now, as Ben mentioned earlier, we're about 75 cents away from where we want to be right now. Ben, at least on the 1 minute bars here, outside of the pullback on the open, a lot of consolidation since around 10 o'clock today.
Yeah, we're actually starting to see a little bit of pressure up.
When we're looking at 15 here, yeah.
Yeah, it does look like we're forming a bit of a wedge, a bearish wedge, which makes me a little bit nervous. But if we do see a drop, and typically don't like to make any adjusting trades before 2 p.m., if we do see a drop, it might roll down to a lower strike. There's really not much profit on the table currently, so I wouldn't go ahead and buy a call to hedge against the drop, buy a put to hedge against the drop. We will see how the afternoon plays out.
Okay. So yeah, and I think it's really important for people to know that this is and Ben, you'll tell me if you disagree. It does share your name. It's our best bot. When I say best, I mean most consistent. The bot that I would love for every PeakBot trader to have enough cash for and trade and then have fun with everything else. Okay. This is the core of your model portfolio, in my opinion, not financial advice, of course. But again, Ben mentioned if IWM's price is moving against us, he likes to wait till 2 o'clock to take a view of what's going on. But if we needed to act earlier, if the bot needed to act earlier, it would. And Ben, when you mention roll down your strikes, I think we should take a second to explain what that really means, right?
Yeah.
If the price is moving against us, ultimately, if that continues to happen and we stay under our sold call here at 224, we're going to be a loser that day. All right. And by the way, this is 0 DTE, meaning everything is expired at the end of the day. All right. So there's no shares to be assigned. There's no calls that you're having left open. It's all settled by the end of the day. But
it's only settled, to be clear, it's only settled because we're closing the trades. Sometimes we won't close the trades. Like yesterday, I did not close the trade because I think I bought a put yesterday with the intention of getting assigned and selling shares at a higher price than what they were at close.
Okay. Thank you for clearing that up. So for somebody who's watching this and asks, would I ever end up with the shares? The answer is
no, not unless there's an option protecting your overnight position.
understood. Okay. So as you did say earlier, we are kind of having a little bit momentum upward here. We'll see how this goes for the next few hours. But if the stock really isn't doing what we want it to do, we'll end up selling another call at a lower strike price, right? So Ben, not married to it, but most of the time you're moving down $1 at a time, right? Collecting a decent premium, call it 45 cents, maybe, all depending upon the market conditions. But when we're doing that and we're lowering our strike price, we're collecting a premium by selling that call, which ultimately means that it's going to lessen our blow on the loss. So like yesterday, $33 loss. Ben, could have been a lot worse. I would assume could have been a lot worse, right? Price did not do what we want yesterday. You can see this is the start of the 24th. So all we did was just tail off here and have bearish momentum all day. So that's going to be a loss on IWM on our covered call strategy. But since we're rolling the strikes and making adjustments throughout the day, that only resulted in a $33 loss. All right. So again, fully automated, not something you're having to think about.
And because it's IWM, it's completely commission free on Tradier.
Absolutely.
No SPX fees attached to it.
Yep. So, and I think it's, if you're doing Tradier Pro, $10 a month,
That's right.
Free. Not, it's 35 cents if you're just not paying for it. So, okay. Hey, look, we're hoping for some upward movement here. I got to move my strike back to where we actually are, and we'll see, but adjustments can be made. Let's talk about what's hot. The BenBot's hot. Okay. The BenBot's been hot since day one. This is not a back-tested strategy with how did these trades do 3 years ago. Ben's been trading this since March, 4.1% in March, 3.3% in April, 6% essentially in May, 1.5% the first month where IWM's gain beat the bot's gain. Okay. And July, 0.92%. Tricky market to be in. I know everybody's looking at the chart saying the market's just going up. It's the behavior in the middle of the day that's making things tricky.
We still have a couple of days left, though. We've got, today we've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we've got 5 more days for potential results. We could very easily bump that percentage up to 2 to 3%.
Absolutely. So if you want more information on BenBot, just head on over to PeakBot.com, click on strategies here, and you'll see all of the data available to you here. Okay. Trades just about every day, as you saw. Best case scenario. Well, I shouldn't say best case scenario. Worst case scenario, 2.8% drawdown. All right. We're losing what the market lost that day minus the premium we collected. All right. So really tight drawdowns. As you can see, the equity curve is nice here. This is what we're building our portfolios around. All right, that's BenBot. It's hot. Get on it. It's right now Tradier only. Let me say it again. Only available on Tradier. Okay, that's due to the adjustments part of the strategy. Tradier makes it the easiest and the cleanest to work with there. So we're not taking any risks. Tradier only for BenBot. So create a new account. If you don't have one, head on over to Tradier.com. All right, Ben, let's talk about Shorebo. We took a win yesterday. We're in a position now, and let's map it out. All right. So here is today. All right. So Shorebo is another 0 DTE SPX strategy. Okay. Only trades when the criteria is met, meaning if volatility index is doing what we want it to do and there's no scheduled economic events that are going to throw things off. So we can see, here's the 25th. We're on 15-minute bars. This green bar here determines our orb. All right. So I have what I'm just calling low orb and high orb. Okay. Right here, these orange lines. All right, so the strategy is built to enter a trade if we break out of orb. Okay, if we break north of it or south of it, we're going to place a credit spread based on the direction. So if it's breaking north, which it did today, right here, Ben, I think you mentioned on this bar, right at the close of this bar, 10:30, we closed slightly above orb, triggering a trade. All right. And that was this trade right here, fully automated, $90 in premium collected, a $5 spread, put
Can you
spread
zoom in?
trying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
can't see.
sure. Apologies. So here's the trade here. This entered at 10:30 and 51 seconds. Okay. $90 in premium, $5 put spread on SPX expiring today, with our sold put being 365. All right. And that's now what we want to stay above. How did we get there? Well, we take the close of the bar in which broke orb, which is this one right here. We can see the close up here. It closed at 375.24. We're rounding to the nearest $5, which is 375 flat. And then we're going $10 out of the money. So if we have a put, we're going $10 south, which gets us to this 365 number. This is our money now. Okay. We want to stay above this blue line for the rest of the day to be profitable. Here's the good news. Never mind.
Don't jinx us.
Never mind. You can see it. You can see it.
I think you already jinxed it.
No, dude, don't even say that. Or you're trying to anti-jinx. Are you trying to reverse?
I'm trying to unjinx the jinx.
Okay. All right, let's get out of this chart. It's in right now. Let's maybe, you know what? Here's what we'll do. Let's look at yesterday. A win very quickly. For anybody who was in Shorebo, we took a win. I'm going to get rid of all these lines because we don't even care. All right, here's yesterday. And Ben, if you think this isn't a good spend of our time, you'll tell me. Here's Orb. This is another example. All right, these lines aren't perfect, but they're damn close. So this is yesterday's opening bar here. First 15 minutes, we're grabbing the wicks, and that's our orb. Ben, I think it was on the second bar here.
Yeah,
just broke orb.
Yep.
Right here on this green bar. So we entered at 10 a.m., grabbed $115 in premium, and we wanted to stay above. Now, what did we? So this was 366, so 365. Meaning our strike yesterday was 355. All right, so just call it right here, this blue line. It's off by a couple pennies. But for the rest of the day on the 24th yesterday, we wanted to stay above 355. And as we can see here, as we zoom out, we did. Okay, here was market close yesterday. Although it was getting scary, Ben. I think you were on another call, or, we're working.
Luckily, I was not looking at the last
I was on a call with Thomas, and all day, and I was, of course, looking at like the 1 minute bars, which is nutty and I shouldn't be doing, but I was doing it. And look, this was it right here. So here's the last 2 minutes. I'm like, oh, we're looking great. Let's get this win. Oh my God. Huge bar falling out. We better not.
In the last like 20 seconds, right?
What's that?
That drop really happened in like the last 20 seconds.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nuts. So that was scary, honestly. But don't watch the charts. Go live your life. Let PeakBot do it for you. But anyway, we ended up with a win. So that was Shorebo yesterday. Okay, so we have $113 as the average fill across everybody trading it. So Shorebo up $422 this month. Now, to anybody who knows what's going on, this is a $5 spread on SPX. What does that mean? $500 is being used for each of these trades. You're almost doubling your cash right now on the month here. But what we do to protect the retail trader, protect ourselves, and properly weigh our portfolios, we put 10K behind it. All right, so we're looking at on 10K, even though 95% of that cash isn't being utilized, even on the 10K, this is a 4.2% month right now with a trade open right now. And you guys already saw what it's doing. We'll leave it there. And time left. Shorebo can have a great month here if we finish strong in July. But it does have losing months. Okay, that's going to happen. But May and June, not so hot, but April, 10%. All right. On that 10K, almost 200% on your actual cash used. Look at this. Ben, I always love coming back to March on Shorebo. Of course, we had just launched it live. This was my first. I'm sorry. No. That was King Condor. This was all back for Shorebo. But anyway, crazy month. But that's what happens with these bots, right, Ben? I mean, like, they're going to have some red months that are small losses. They're going to have some small winners. But when the market's behaving, we just pull off these crazy months here.
And by behaving, we just need to be directional for
that's all.
For the course of the day, right? Like if we are, if the market chooses direction in the morning and sticks to that direction, that's gonna bring in a win. If the market reverses, there is a potential reversal entry that can happen before 12 p.m. Eastern. We don't reverse after 12 p.m. Eastern because the credit's just not there and the strike is really close to the money and kind of doesn't work out that well.
Yep.
But there are reversals, which is why losses don't hurt as bad.
That's exactly right.
Today could be a $410 loss if we were to lose. That would hurt. And we are past the reversal point in the day. So we're riding with this position. If it was before 12 though, and we reversed down below orb, we would get into another position, collect more credit. Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of this morning's entry. For the 90
light premium.
Yeah, it's a light premium. That's why I'm not the biggest fan of it. The only reason why I didn't manually close it out myself is because the strike price was below orb. So not only would we need a reversal, but we would also need a complete reversal on opening range.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like to put alarms here for myself, alerts, if you will. Whenever I feel like we're getting close, I want to at least know about it if I have the freedom. But again, Ben, we've seen this day in and day out. The more you look at this, the more paralyzed you get, the more decision making gets.
You don't want to be looking at the charts. You kind of just want the bots. Honestly, don't even look at your account because come back at the end of the month and then you see the results there. So, Dylan, I'm going to put a pause here. We just talked about two really good bots that are having good months, and we'll talk about King Kong or what's going on. But for anybody that's new, that wants to hop in on this action, here's your chance via Trader Trivia to try out PeakBot for free for 1 month. All you have to do is answer this question correctly and email the answer to experience@peakbot.com. If you answer it correctly, we are going to email you back with a link to get PeakBot for free for 1 month. That's a $99 value. All you got to do is answer this question, email us. When you email us, we don't even add you to the email list, by the way. So you're safe from any marketing emails. You will get added if you sign up, but that's only to our informational-based emails. So no need to market to you at that point. The question to win 1 free month of PeakBot is, which company became the first publicly traded U.S. automobile manufacturer? Was it A, Ford, B, General Motors, C, Tesla, or D, Studebaker?
Okay.
Think about that.
It's a pretty good one.
Send your answers in to experience@peakbot.com. If you get it right, you'll get 1 free month of PeakBot.
I don't know the answer. I know which one it isn't, but I know the other two, A and B, both could be it. I've never heard of Studebaker. I'm assuming I'm saying that correctly.
Studebaker.
Studebaker, guess not. So that I have no idea.
From.
Huh?
I don't know where you got Bacher from.
Why? I mean, that's not crazy.
I mean, what is BAAER? So.
Ben, let's not get into phonics of it all, okay?
I agree, Doug. Red bars stop you out from an otherwise winning trade.
We've seen that with King Condor. Okay. Do you have a did you know, or should I guess? We'll come back to the guess.
I do have a did you know. So while people are emailing us their answers, did you know that the New York Stock Exchange once had a trading floor just for women? In the 60s, Merrill Lynch opened a women-only trading room called the Women's Department.
Wow.
And, yeah, pretty interesting.
I love that. All right, very cool. The Women's Department. I'm going to go.
Merrill Lynch leading the charge for women.
Love that. All right, very cool.
I wonder when it was first. I wonder who the first woman on the floor on Wall Street was. I wonder who it was.
It'll be the next Did You Know, or maybe the next Trader Trivia.
It won't, because I don't put these together.
We'll move well past that. Okay. Well,
so I'm gonna Google it real quick.
Maybe you Google it. While you're Googling it, I'm gonna think about General Motors versus Ford and Studebaker. You know, you giving me crap on the pronunciation there. I think is so unnecessary. You're not great at pronouncing things. You know,
Names.
you really do suck at names.
Oh, and then we've got a name for the first woman on Wall Street that I'm gonna butcher.
Yeah, what is it?
Muriel. Mickey.
Siebert?
Mickey Siebert.
Mickey Siebert. That's a pretty cool name.
Yeah.
Okay. Siebert. That's a huge company, isn't it? Am I wrong?
I think you're thinking of Siemens.
Nah. I know that one. All right. Let's move on. I'm thinking my guess is B, General Motors. I don't know what Studebaker is. I don't care to learn right now unless it's the answer. Then I'll be pissed.
It is General Motors. So GM was the first major U.S. car maker to go public in 1916. Ford was private.
Wow.
Ford stayed private. I think we talked about this with Mark on one of our Monday morning shows.
Yep.
Ford went public in 1956. Tesla didn't go public, obviously, until 2010. And then Studebaker never matched GM's impact per GPT here.
Per GPT. Let's pull up a picture of a Studebaker.
You got one?
I'll put up, and it might be easier for you. Studebaker car. Oh, you know, these are actually kind of sick. Oh my God, this is like the traditional. This is like Doc from Cars. Here, let me pull it up. Right? I don't know if you're a big Cars guy, but
I'm not familiar with Doc.
he won the Piston Cup, and then Lightning McQueen. This is literally Doc right here. This is Doc from Cars. If you're watching, somebody please agree with me. And if you don't like Cars, wake up. It's rated as one of the best animated movies of all time, regardless of your age and interest. Okay, anyway, that's a Studebaker. All right. So, hopefully you participated. Hopefully you guessed General Motors, and hopefully you can get some free trading. Yeah, see? That's him.
Doc's a Studebaker.
Hell yeah, Doc. Yeah, good guy. Good guy. Nothing like Tomater, but all right. So we talked about results for BenBot and Shorebo, 2 of our 3 next gen strategies. Okay. Let's talk about King Condor. All right. We've been beating this down, but let's talk about it. People, I don't think often traders, let alone any algo providers or automated trading providers, like to talk about their losses. We do, because there's solutions. There's ways to move forward. There's ways to diversify. That's why PeakBot gives you access to all your bots at once. So let's talk about King Condor. I'm just going to share screen. I'm going to show the results. We're going to talk about that. And then we can get into why we think we've been seeing some struggle here. Okay. So in fact, let's make this a, what do you call it? I was going to like curse, but I shouldn't, so make it a poop sandwich. Let's show you the good stuff, then the bad stuff, and then tell you why it's going to be okay. All right. So King Condor back tested over the last 3 years from May of 2022 to now, averaging an 85.4% annualized return. That bakes down to about 7% a month, 1.6% a week. Okay. However, it's been anything but that lately. So here's all the data. If you're interested in learning more about all of the ins and outs of the King Condor, you'll either sign up or grab time with PeakBot, and we'll educate you on that. Otherwise, let's look at the results. Okay. So here is July, down 11%. Okay. Nearly 12%. Nearing our largest drawdown that we've seen, both in back tested and live trade results. In fact, I think it is the largest drawdown. We're kind of in the middle of it right now. But this happens, okay? Ben, we could see a trade, nothing expiring today. We didn't get into one yesterday at 3:15, expiring today, no trade. But we could see one entering today, expiring on Monday. Ben, what are your thoughts? I got an email from a customer saying, I don't like the over the weekend King Condor. Too much can happen from somebody opening their mouth.
I personally don't like it in this market as well. Yeah. But if we go back and look at the data, even from the last couple of months, And maybe flip back on these calendars here. So this would be a Monday expiration would mean we enter on Friday. So we were 50% in June, go to May. In May, okay, only one trade on Friday to Monday. What about April? April was a win. And then in July, what are we so far?
July 0 for 1 over the weekend.
0 for 1. Yeah, so I mean, it's right around, like, from the live trades over the last couple of months, i.e. after Trump has taken office, it's about a 50% win rate, which is what the bot technically is. It's a 50% win rate bot. It's 56% to be exact. But
yeah, so right now we're literally one under 50%. There's 5 losses, 4 wins since Trump took office this year over the weekend.
Hey, if we lose this weekend and maybe another weekend, maybe it's something to consider turning off for now.
And we do consider these things.
I think the strategy right now is keep calm and Condor on.
Yep.
To quote Mark Phillips, financial advisor.
Tom, we're on. Getting some comments here. TGE overnight moves are brutal. You're not kidding, right? And we have stop losses built into this, but sometimes that doesn't matter if the market's just going to open so far from where it was. Interesting to see if the drawdown is related to the low VIX. What is VIX at right now, Ben? You told me it was low earlier.
Yeah, it's sub 16 at the moment.
Which is starting to get into the territory of this is almost too low and something's going on. Weird.
So I did do an analysis. I think it was this week. I don't know. The days just kind of blend together nowadays. I did do an analysis on the width of the body of the condor to see if our tighter bodies have a larger loss rate than our larger bodies. It was actually the opposite. The tight bodies have a higher win rate than the larger bodies. In fact, if there's a body, a condor body that's wider than $120, I think it was, we lose, I think, 70 to 80% of those trades, whereas a body from, I think it got as tight as $40, from $40 all the way up into $90. That's where we see our roughly 60%-ish win rate. So it was an interesting analysis to take a look at. I thought it would be the opposite, but wider body means higher volatility and
more movement.
Yeah, those conditions just aren't good for condors. So that's why, again, I think, in my opinion, keep calm and condor on is what we need to do right now. Volatility is lower. We will obviously keep an eye. The bot keeps an eye on VIX, and you just got to hold out on these trades, right? Like yesterday, the bot exited early. It saw a profit on the table, needed a win. Bot took a win, and had the bot had held the position or just not traded, then would have taken home a full win versus a partial. But there was some impending news. Bot picked up on it. Trump was visiting the Fed, which, by the way, if you haven't seen the video of Trump and Powell talking about the renovations, it's kind of funny.
I've avoided it, but maybe I got to check it out. Okay. But yeah, look, down month for King Condor, there's no denying it. The PeakBot traders who were trading nothing but King Condor, well, sorry, but be diversified,
and make sure you've got 10K set aside. Like, I'm tired of hearing people coming to us saying, like, oh, my account is down 30%. And no, it wouldn't be if you had the amount of capital that is shown on the website allocated to the bot.
Yeah, the 12% drawdown is not fun. But
and we get it. We get it. Cash is cash, regardless of what the percentage is. But you know that you've got $10,000 allocated to a strategy, and you're going to keep it there. You're giving yourself a chance to recover. Where if you only put $3,000 into this strategy, and we have a month like this, well, a third of your cash is gone, and then you don't have enough cash to recover. Like, these strategies play out over time. And actually, if you look back at history, there are some bad months. And following those bad months are some good months. And it's when you string those good months together. I mean, it's a game of minutes that increases to hours, that increases to days, that increases to months. that increases to years, right? You gotta kind of zoom out and look at all of that.
Yep. And our drawdowns and all the backtest data and everything, that's based on the 10K preset budget. That's not just a number we throw out there willy-nilly for your health. It's to help you weigh your portfolio. Yeah, dollars in, dollars out is one thing, but you're trying to make sure that your portfolio is able to continue to be diversified.
I want to know what Doug is reacting to.
Everything all right, Doug? What's going on? Chart?
I wonder if he looked up the video of Trump and Powell. I hope it's not the charts.
I was nervous that Shorbo was working against us because I think
that's immediately what came to my mind. I was like, Dylan jinxed us.
I pulled up the chart. We're okay. We're still blowing north here, at least for now. But yes, that's King Condor. Look, I got off the phone with somebody earlier today who was just like, you know, man, this is all okay. It was the Fed video. Okay. But anyway, you know, we were talking about having a model portfolio for PeakBot. Looks like 50K. You can do a lot with less, but 50K really allows you to come in, build your cash around an investment strategy like BenBot or like the wheel if you really like picking your own stocks, okay? And then utilize King Condor and Shorbo and a lot of our partner bots, you know, SqueezeBot's hot. I know we probably should have talked about that earlier, but one of our partners, squeezefinder.peakbot.com, absolutely on
banger for next week for that, because we had 100% gainer this week. If you're not on our email list, well, sign up for PeakBot. You will be. You'll see that trade. I was in it. KSF, Cole, big Cole. Squeeze this week. Bot caught it, made a bunch of money. We'll highlight that next week.
Wait, let's just show the people the visuals of that trade. What day was that? Was that on the 22nd? Had to be. Look at this. Hold on. This is the fun. This is what we talk about when we're saying let's have fun with the portfolio. Look at this here. It went from $10.19, jumped all the way up. We got fills above $21. So yeah, $100 gainer there, or 100% gainer. Yeah, these are fun to look at. Those will be in the email. Those will be in the newsletter. Thank you, Coles. Actually, I missed out on that trade. Okay. Ben, anything else?
No.
All right.
Let's get back
Let's get out of here. Doug, don't be throwing this kind of thing in the chat right now. A lot of respect and love for you, Doug. Don't be doing this with an open Shorbo position. Thank you so much for everybody tuning in here today. We will be live again Monday morning with Mark Phillips from Harvested Financial, our RIA partner, registered investment advisor, handles your PeakBot portfolio for you as long as you have $10,000 or more. I think we raised that number. I don't know if I said that on air, but it just feels like we should. Anyway, I'm getting the music to get out of here. Thank you so much, and we'll see you at the peak. Take care.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.